In a matter of hours, Bahamians will head to the polls to have their say in the gender equality referendum for a second time. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson.
I'm Kish Latterly. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news tonight, tomorrow marks the culmination of a 2-year-long educational campaign by the Constitutional Reform Commission and months of public debate over the 4 gender equality bills. Bahamians will be asked to vote yes or no to 3 bills which will change the Constitution so that Bahamian men and women would have equal rights regarding citizenship. The 4th bill would give both Bahamian men and women freedom from discrimination.
Clint Watson leads us off tonight with a statement from Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie as Bahamians prepare to amend the nation's constitution.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says it's very important people understand what is at stake when they go to the polls and what is and isn't on the ballot. The Prime Minister says the idea that there is a hidden agenda is crazy. He says perhaps the most compelling evidence of a lack of a hidden agenda lies in the selection of the gender equality topic, which was at the insistence of the official opposition, whom he says its leader made it clear that the support of his party for a bipartisan campaign would be extended only if the first round of constitutional reform was limited to the gender equality issue. In that circumstance, the Prime Minister says only mischief makers could suggest that the government is moving in furtherance of a hidden agenda. The Prime Minister says although there is no basis in law or fact for concern that Bill 4 would lead to same-sex marriage, he understands where the concerns come from. In another attempt to clarify, he says no matter what is happening elsewhere in the world, we must not have same-sex marriage in our country. Mr. Christie says he would not be supporting Bill 4 if it would change marriage in the Bahamas. He says contrary to the egregiously false and defamatory statement made by Dame Joan Sawyer, he does not and have never advocated for an LGBT agenda and says it is wrong and unfair to associate him with such a thought. In fact, he reaffirms that Bill 4 will offer new protections in our Constitution to our law that says marriage must be between a man and a woman. The top lawyers in the country worked carefully with the religious leaders in the Christian community to ensure Bill 4 would not change marriage, and as a result, Bill 4 has the support of the leaders representing nearly 80% of the nation's Christian community. The Prime Minister says it is his hope that Bahamians will tire of the most paranoid voices in this debate and listen instead to the stories of the people around them, in particular to those whose lives have been greatly affected by the inequalities in the current Constitution. The Prime Minister says there are many stories of heartbreak and difficulty for women and men and children disadvantaged by the current differences in rights. And even if their story is not your own, he suggests you cannot know what life will bring. Prime Minister Christie says gay rights is not on the ballot. Politicians are not on the ballot. Judges and lawyers are not on the ballot. The only thing on the ballot is you, your rights, and the rights of your sons and daughters. The only question you have to answer, he says, is should our sons and daughters be equal as Bahamian citizens in our Constitution and under our laws? The Prime Minister says as a people with a legacy of suffering from racial injustices, it is his hope that we will not turn our backs on this opportunity to expand rights and dignity in our beloved Bahamas. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.